Walking home with you tonight, I saw the city look angry too. Bright sycamores became dark silhouettes. When viewed from the rear, a parked car was farther than it appeared. And an unlit window became a box, filled to the brim with black. Even the moon, hearing our words rise like furious yeast, hid behind a noise-canceling cloud. So please see me the way I'd have you believe, your angel, repenting and replete with golden locks, golden harp, strings tuned precisely to your pitch. Look too at this internally combusting heart. Its fires burn solely for you. In the morning you can rearrange me in any form you contrive, but for now, tonight, please, see me my way and forgive. Here's a poem. I grew up in New Jersey, unfortunately, and this is the Ode to New Jersey. Something in you brings out the allergic in me. Glaring west across your toxic river, I feel my chin break out in a rash, my tired eyes water, redden, and sting. My non-nostalgic nose sneezes not once or twice, but thrice, ejecting foreign bodies like a curse. It's of thee I sing, you, the good enough state, where I never felt good enough. O garden state, how did I bear your cornucopia of disappointments? Your harvest overflowed with green cabbages, stuffed with chopped hope and minced ambition, tomatoes glossy yet condescending, overly critical eggplants, and peas impossible to please. Those were the days I'd breathe you into myself, wishing you were something, anything else. Perfume from a Parisian putain, curling smoke from a hair doctor's cigar, the sweet funk of a midnight improv. Looking across your flattened vista, I dream of hashish cities, inebriated plazas of the soul, filled with canyons of accomplished delight. Now I can't decide which of us to blame. You for making me feel I could leave but not escape, or me for escaping without ever having left. The next one I need to explain just a little, refers to a writer named Pasolini, who's known here mostly as a film director, but in Italy was known very well as a man of letters, a poet, novelist, playwright, journalist. So this is to the price sticker on a copy of Pasolini's Roman Poems. It's addressed to the price sticker. Shredded paper, stubborn glue, clinging like a scab to this wounded book, you're an emblem of capital and its tenacious tool. Why do you insist that everything on earth, even a poem of 10 brilliant lines, be reduced beneath your decimal point? The poet wrote, sex, consolation for poverty, but you'd replace the pleasure of pared flesh with the naked rear of a credit card, the illicit whisper of a dollar bill. Were he still living, the king of the sky would look down at you from his throne and sigh, and the courtier angels, if they existed, would weep, wondering how and when it all went wrong. But since it's just us two, we're stuck, one to the other, not as you are to this book, but the way a patch of dark shade adheres to its tree, the one green, alive, reaching toward heaven, the other parasitic, pointing toward hell. Okay. The next one is called The Grief Factory, deals with outsourcing. It wasn't until a year after my father died that I discovered the factory in China where I could outsource my grief. Built on the edge of a giant city whose name I'd never heard, the factory has 6,000 workers who every morning practice Tai Chi Chuan while the sun's components activate the heavenly supply chain of dawn. Now, while performing their grateful lotus kicks, the workers raise my father's spirit like a kite, then send it soaring into a forgetful cloud. Outsourcing, at last I'm free to read long books again, watch TV, and make my own kinds of mistake. Looking back, it all makes sense. We've outsourced jobs, money, factories, dreams. So why not send China as well our grief? In fact, I'm so pleased with the results, I've opted for an upgrade. Now, for a small monthly fee, a troupe of the factory's workers recalls with traditional song and dance the fading instance of my father's death. And for another fee, surprisingly modest, one of the workers holds in his hand a small white stone for 30 seconds, the precise time it took for my father's heart to stop. They've even settled the old man's debts. Twice a year, a necromancer comes on site and scrawls on paper made from polished rice 3 mystic ideograms, all in ink that instantly fades from black to white. It seems to be working. I find myself laughing again. I can read the morning paper without wiping my eyes, and those spectral dreams of worms and bones no longer seem to haunt me. Still I worry, what if everyone did this? Wouldn't our half of the planet lighten with a forgetful ease, while China's half became bloated beneath the weight of our endless outsourced grief? And wouldn't the Earth, thus lopsided, begin to wobble, then topple from its solar course? In a long email, I asked the factory foreman. "Thanks for your note," he replied, "but don't worry, the planet is fine. It still orbits the sun in perfect time. And as for my father's spirit," the foreman said, "it floats halfway between heaven and earth, weightless as a hungry ghost, munching on tofu, chicken feet, and rice, and singing as he rarely did in life. Thank you, everyone, for everyone. Thank you for everything." This next one refers to a Bible story, Abraham and Isaac, if you remember from Genesis. God tempts Abraham and says, I want you to sacrifice your son, and he says, sure. And at the last minute, an angel appears and stops Abraham and says, okay, we get it, you're good. So this is spoken by the angel to Isaac. It's called Isaac and the Angel. Isaac, it is written that when the Lord tempted Abraham, your father, commanding him to sacrifice you, his only son, Isaac, it is written that your father did as he was told. But of you that day, Isaac, not much is written, only that you troubled your father with a single doubt. Behold the fire and wood, you said, but where is the sacrificial lamb? And Isaac, it's written that your father replied with what he must have believed to be a lie. God, he said, God will provide the lamb. Then, Isaac, it is written that your father built an altar on the mountaintop, laid out the wood to burn, lashed you to the altar, and stretched out his hand. The hand, it is written, that held the killing knife. But Isaac, what I want to know is this. If the Lord had not sent me, his angel, to call your father's name and stay that hand that held the knife, what then, Isaac? What would they have written then? Okay, and for my last poem, I'd like to read, I hope this is a Valentine's Day poem, called Lost and Found. One never knows. Lost and Found. So many things I've had then lost with no idea of where they've gone. Keys to vital doors, Argyle socks, a promising phone number scrawled on a matchbook. Most of my hair, a growing portion of my memory, both short-term and what's it called? My focus, confidence, nerve, way, where did they go? Lost weekends, fleeting youth, old photos, older illusions, father, uncles, aunts, friends, gone, all gone. Smooth knuckles, rubbed red and raw, a green branch, stiff, gray. The other day, my best friend said, I look the way a guy looks when he's lost his best friend. That may even be true, but still, no one calls me a loser. No, because they know I found you. Thank you.